Is this too little too late? Today we're going to be looking at Nightwing by Hot Toys, and this is a figure that should have been out a long time ago. Near the end, I'll tell you a little plan I'm having for these Arkham characters, but yes, stay tuned to the end because you might not agree with what I'm going to be doing. So Nightwing. This is a version from Arkham Knight, and that is an incredible game. I do really like this version of the character. I love the outfit and everything, but man, the timing. That's the tough part we need to discuss. First up though, let's just look at the images together, kind of see what's going on. As usual, follow my little laser pointer around when I'm pointing stuff out because, you know, can't see me actually pointing, so we'll just use this method. But man, right off the bat, I gotta admit, Nightwing is looking great here. Like, just from my memory of the game, the outfit, the face, the hair, the mask, this is looking pretty fantastic. This first image is great, but let's look at some others. So here's two more images where he's actually using his electricity because, you know, he's got those like shock batons. They're pretty cool in the game. I always love those missions in Arkham Knight where you got to play as different characters, even like team up, and those like bonus levels where you got to play as like especially Red Hood, which, yeah, I'm putting out there now. I really want Hot Toys now that they're actually giving us Nightwing and some other Arkham Knight characters. I want them to give us Red Hood, and not the Arkham Knight Red Hood where he just broke his mask or took it off or whatever. I want a proper Red Hood where he actually has the hood. Absolutely love playing that Red Hood mission. When I was younger, I played it over and over. It was a lot of fun playing as him. I know now we have games like Arkham Knights, and no, that game is not it. So yeah, give us more Arkham characters, but don't give them to us like this. I'll tell you why here coming up. For now, this is a limited piece. It's going to be limited to 2,000 units. On Sideshow though, it actually didn't show limited yet, or at least when I was looking at it. But it did say in the description it's limited to 2,000, so just know it's limited. So if you want to pick one up, go check it out very, very soon. It does look great here though. Yeah, like I mentioned, the shock batons, I mean, kind of reminds me of Emperor Palpatine's effects you can put on his fingers and stuff. But yeah, it's like little electricity pieces that you can just put between the batons or separate, whatever you want to do. And here is kind of like in an action pose. Looks like it's the same connected pieces, which will be interesting to use because if they only slot in one way as it looks, then you're gonna have to be pretty precise with how you position the arms, like have them the exact distance away or something like that. It'll be interesting. So excited to actually kind of see how that works. Then here, very low resolution image on the right. My apologies. I looked for a good image of him from the game, and this is the best I could get, where he's like facing forward in a similar position as the actual head sculpt. So they got the expression right. Looks like he doesn't smile too much, you know, as expected. Then yeah, the mask, even the hair, the way the hair like kind of positions itself off to the side, which is like mirrored, so it would be this side, same as my hair is kind of going right now. But yeah, it looks like they got it right. This is a video game figure, so not based off an actor or anything like that. So it's just based purely off the game. And I gotta say, it looks very accurate. Arkham Knight came out a while ago and the game still holds up. I still love playing it. But man, I am excited to actually get Nightwing in figure form now. I do kind of hope they 2.0 some figures, but that's one of the issues with this guy. Well, yeah, he does not have rolling eyeballs. That is a big downside. I think like 4 years ago or something, they actually put him as a coming soon, like, oh, we're making them, but they never actually did. And because of that, this was an old prototype and they aren't giving it rolling eyeballs. That's kind of a miss. But then again, the other Arkham, like Batman Arkham Knight characters and stuff actually don't have rolling eyeballs either. So in that regard, it makes sense. But at the same time, they're like making a new figure, but they're not really making a new one because they don't have rolling eyeballs and stuff, in my personal opinion. So that is, to me, a little frustrating. I wish they gave him rolling eyeballs because, you know, they're going to 2.0 it at some point, most likely. I doubt they're only going to give Nightwing one go. But then again, we are getting the new DC universe and Superman, great movie, so I'm excited for it. And, you know, we might get these characters in live action now. So we might get different suits, actual likenesses to actors, and it'll be pretty cool. However, we love the Arkham video games. Let's be real. Those games are awesome. And it would be awesome to have figures of them from the games. So I wish Hot Toys gave us some other modern features like rolling eyeballs, but they're not going to. Still unfortunate. I do hope they 2.0 like the Arkham Knight Batman or even any other Batman. I'm still waiting for an Arkham Origins Batman, so get on it, Hot Toys. But this is a limited release, which is a little odd. Maybe their Arkham series doesn't sell too well because this is a core character from the game, which we'll discuss the limitedness of it because, yeah, there's another character that they made limited, which is actually pretty cool. But it being limited and kind of a core character is going to suck a little bit. But it has been a few hours, and when I looked last, it was still available, so it must not be selling crazy good. but they also didn't do a queue system. So they just released them. A lot of people probably don't even know, and they're going to find out later, probably when it's too late, and be like, oh, it's sold out. Like, oh, I didn't even know it was coming yet. I didn't see a queue, anything. And nope, they didn't do a queue. So yeah, those features are a bit of a miss, but still looks like a great figure. Here's just 2 more images. I want to kind of show the base. The artwork on it is a little outdated. I'm not a huge fan of just having the figure's face right on it, or not even the figure. It's probably from the game or something. But then the Batman Arkham Knight in the middle does look pretty cool, but I wish it was like filling the whole base instead of just having his face on side. It matches the other bases, so they're keeping it consistent at least, so I'll give them that. But the suit material, that might be an issue. It looks like it might be pleather. I didn't see any mention of leather or anything like that. Considering this is limited, they probably should have done that, to be honest, especially since it's a little expensive for what you're getting in modern times. This is priced at $280. I look back and the other, even the like Arkham Knight Batman, it was like $250 at the most. So I don't know why they're pricing it so high. I guess because it's a new release, even though they've had it prototyped for quite a while. And I get costs go up and stuff, but man, it's just missing some stuff for it to be priced that high. Like maybe they'll go back and tweak it, but it's limited, so they probably won't. So yeah, it just kind of sucks there. Just be careful though, because if you are getting them, just know the suit might degrade over time, and that's gonna suck. Especially because he's limited. He's not going to be out there so you can buy a replacement or anything easily. So he's probably going to be a one and done. Although I will say I do have hope that maybe one day we'll get some 2.0s from the Arkham series, especially Batman and Joker. Those are 2 I really want to see again. But this pose here in the photo looks pretty good. Then I just gave you another pose showing some different shock effects on the actual shock baton. Like, yeah, just 2 more on the sides of it. So here you can kind of see the features. Once again, it's just noting the batons. Like you can put the little electricity effects on them. And on the right, it's a cool picture of him with a grappling hook. Even though there's no rolling eyeballs, I have to admit though, that pose with him kind of like looking down a little bit looks very, very cool. I like how like menacing he looks, you know? Like let's say he just kind of tricked Penguin to come out by talking through the actual like radio, and then he saw Penguin and he's like, yep, that's the look he's giving him. And yeah, if you know which moment I'm talking about, yeah, that was a funny one. And here's the partial lineup of the Arkham characters. So the Arkham Knight Batman, I used to have him as a Pop Funko when I first started collecting stuff, which I started with Pop Funkos, and that was one of my favorite pops. So I really wish I could get my hands on Arkham Knight Batman. I am hoping they 2.0 at some point, rolling eyeballs, stuff like that, because that figure looks incredible. I was searching around seeing if I could find him anywhere, but yeah, I can't really find them, to be honest, and all the ones out there are pretty old by now. But this trio looks great. I do hope they give us a Robin eventually, and especially Red Hood. Red Hood will look incredible. And then Batgirl looks pretty good, although I'm not actually a big fan of that color scheme for her outfit, so let me actually show you what I'm doing now. Let's go through my plan. So my plan, I am getting this Nightwing. Then actually, since it's still available on Sideshow, I'm getting the exclusive Batgirl with the actual yellow and purple color scheme. I don't know about you guys, but for her, I actually prefer this. I prefer this color scheme because it actually makes her like stand out a little more. Just going back real quick, you know, Nightwing is like blue and black. Batman is basically, he looks a little silver here, but basically like all blacked out with a little bit of yellow. Batgirl, she's black and yellow here. I kind of want her to be a little bit more differentiated. So here we go. We have purple and gold, purple and yellow Batgirl. Maybe she's a big fan of the Lakers, but I actually really like this. So I went ahead and I put in an order for Batgirl and Nightwing because I really want both. The reason I did this is because I'm thinking they're going to give us a Red Hood eventually, or at least I'm thinking a little too hard or something here, but I'm really, really hoping we get Red Hood. That is a figure I absolutely need from Arkham. And then I am really banking on them 2.0ing, or at least giving us another Arkham Batman at some point. And no, not that Azrael or whatever Batman that came out. That one, it looked a little ridiculous to me. I'm sure most of you remember my short and video I made on it. I did not like how that one looked. But if we get an Arkham Origins Batman, which that suit was also an Arkham Origins, so why did we get a like different like version of the suit from the same game when we haven't gotten the base suit yet? So that's a little odd. But the Batman from Arkham Knight is pretty armored up, so he would fit these ones a little bit more. But I'll take any Arkham Batman at this point that they make. I just need it to be a new one. So Hot Toys, please 2.0 this one, or give us like Arkham Origins. Even like Arkham Asylum was kind of cool. I did really like Arkham City. That suit was pretty awesome too. For me personally, I don't really need the Arkham Knight, like the actual character called Arkham Knight, who we all know turns into Red Hood in the end. But I do need an Arkham Joker. So give us another Arkham Joker, please. Now though, let's just go ahead and look at what the figure comes with. Of course, he has different styles of Eskrima sticks. How they're called? I honestly couldn't even remember the name of them. I just call them shock batons because they're batons with a little electricity at the end, so it looks pretty cool. But then actually using my laser pointer now because I haven't really been using it. Yeah, down here it looks like you get one electricity effect, and I guess you can separate it. So maybe it won't, like, yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll have to see how that works when he comes in. Because you know I'm going to be doing some reviews on him, doing some fun stuff with my figures. So definitely stay tuned to the video for that. So yep, hit subscribe. Then he has his little, I guess, Eskrima sticks. Yeah, I did not know what they were called. That's my bad. Then, of course, you know, the grappling gun from the game and an actual longer version of it, which I never use the longer versions. Just takes up too much room for me. And he's got a bunch of different hands. That's actually a nice array of hands right there. I believe that's 9 total. Yeah, looks like 9, so that's good. Then you can see the base a little bit better. Still not the biggest fan of the artwork on the base, but it's consistent to the line at least. Then he's holding the grappling gun, and yes, I actually really like that you can store 6 on his back. That is very cool, because yeah, he had to have that. Man, even seeing this though now, I really want a Robin because I love his like bow staff type weapon, and yeah, it was fun. I'm really hoping we do get more Arkham Knight characters. But for this one, that's basically it. He looks great. I do really like this. I am, of course, getting him and then also that exclusive Batgirl now. So they're going to look great in my collection together. I'm really hoping that we get 2.0 Batmans, especially Arkham Knight in the future, so he can actually fit in with these figures. I don't just have him standing there. And then if they don't have a Batman, then eventually I'll probably be like, nothing to go with them, and then sell them one day. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm hoping they follow through with this line a little bit more, maybe 2.0 some stuff, or even re-release it. I'll take something. I wasn't collecting at the time this game or even the figures came out, so I'm just really hoping we get some more stuff from this line. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this figure. Are you picking them up? Were you even able to secure one? If at the point this video goes out, it's already sold out or something. And definitely hit subscribe. I have a lot of fun here talking about figures, posing them, reviewing them, doing tons of different figure things. So hit subscribe, come join us on this collecting journey. And I look forward to talking to you all again very soon. So until then, stay 6 scale.